These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Pimpy. Question: how long would it take for international banks to reinstate out of country? What do you mean by out of country? There is no out of country or in of country. When they redo the rate, it's all at the same time. All right, Mark Z via PDK. A number of regional news outlets in Iraq are saying no revalue for 4 more years. This is similar to what we have heard in Kuwait and China just before they revalued their currency. Similar to what they said with the Japanese yen and German mark after World War II. All right, Jeff, article quote: Parliament welcomes Al Kazimi's tour to Saudi Arabia and the Emirates. Iraq will return to its leadership role, unquote. Kazimi is meeting with many different countries. They're working towards achieving their economic independence and economic stability. They're showing you right now they technically don't have economic independence or stability at this time because they're actually putting that together right now, drafting bilateral trade agreements. And Pimpy says it seems like every single day the exchange rate is in the news just for one reason or another. Just be careful about how you're reading these things. All it is simplified is they're trying to stop using dual currencies. Just use the Iraqi dinar to help strengthen the dinar. I really strongly feel that the rate will change before the end of the year. All right, Mark Z via PDK. Question mark: do you think Iraq will RV first, or do you think all countries will go together after this weekend? Answer: I believe we all go together. Iraq is positioned to go by itself if we do not get our heads out of the sand. On the RV front, over the weekend, some audio straight out of Iraq. They are talking about changing the value of the dinar and the reforms. What they have done and what are doing, this is real, this is coming. On the RV front, I did not expect any news until later on today or Tuesday because the world banking is shut down over Easter. Pimpy says there's a lot of chitter chatter going on with these Middle Eastern countries. There's some concern about the current administration being in there. What they hope doesn't happen is the same thing that happened under the O administration. While the United States is having dialogue and meetings with Iraq at the same time, they're also negotiating with Iran on their nuclear deal. I'm thinking that a lot of these countries over here want some type of reassurance. All right, Caparonis says there is no RV. It's not how monetary policy works. All you have to do is read the IMF article for consultation with Iraq to know there is no RV or change in the exchange rate expected. I assure you there will be no change in the exchange rate in April, for that matter, the entire year. All right, Militiaman article quote: the currency auction stops for a week as a result of banks' fear of changing the dollar's price. They have enough dollar reserves to get them through until a new exchange rate is applied, hence the fear of buying now. We have been told that this would happen in the past. They told us dollars will get scarce before the new dollar will be used again. So by staying out of the market reduces risk. With all the international contracts coming in, they'll need an international exchange rate applied to facilitate the foreign exchange with freedom of capital. They also note that the budget will be applied in a timely manner while dealing with the exchange rate all within this week or so. Militiaman also says, will that rate leak out? Maybe not. We shall see. There were articles to support that an exchange rate change is coming. The citizens are getting hammered in respect to goods, services, pricing, etc. So I feel comfortable knowing that the fear of the buying the dollar is a sign of a big change, thus the closure of the auction. No one wants to be holding the bag and be on the wrong side of a trade with a big move expected to come. That can be disastrous in magnitude. Therefore, the planning had to be done down to the wire, and that wire got started Wednesday of last week, or so they say, on March 31st, 2021. Let's see what the next 24 to 96 hours bring. Real close anyway. In my opinion, it shall be interesting to say the least, in my opinion.